Sales tax, tips, markups, all that stuff that is going to cost you money in the future. So you better know what you're doing now. U6.C2.L5. Take it away, Mrs. Benoit.
Hi. Okay, so we're going to talk about all those lovely things to deal with money. You like to spend money, your parents' money, and here's where it goes. So today our focus is going to be that by the end of this lesson, you can solve problems involving sales tax, tip, and markup. And two problems like this are going to be your goal for today. I will pull this board back at the end so that you can see these two problems again. So first, let's talk about sales tax. What is sales tax? That's the additional amount of money that is charged on what is being bought. So when you go to the store, your parents buy gas for the car, everything has a sales tax that goes on it, and it's in the form of a percent. So for example, you go to buy a hoodie at Sports Authority and it's $42. The sales tax on that hoodie is 5.5%. What is the total cost of the hoodie? Okay, so first of all, we have to figure out, well, how much is 5.5%? Remember, percent is out of 100, so 5.5 over 100. That can translate to 5 5/10 over 100. And remember, as Mr. Romanovich told you in the last video, when you are changing from, you were changing from decimals to percent, so you were moving the decimal to the right. This way we're going to go the other way. We're going from percent to decimal, so we're going to go backwards and move the decimal point 2 to the left. So on 5 5/10%, 1, 2, put a 0 in there, and you're looking at 55 thousandths, or 0.055. Okay, so you're going to take that tax, multiply it by your dollar amount, which is $42 times 0.055, and you're going to use your handy-dandy calculator for that, of course. So we're going to do $42 times 0.055, and that is $2.31. Remember, we're dealing with money here. Okay, so we're going to round to the hundredths place. That's 2 places after the decimal, but this came out to be in equal to 31. Okay, now you're going to take that tax and add it to what the hoodie costs, which is $42, and your grand total then is $44.31. So we're going a step further than we have in previous problems where we've just found the part. This would be considered the part, and now we're going to add that to what was our whole to make our new total. That's for sales tax. We also have tip. Tip is a small amount of money that you add on for a service. Basically, tip takes place at restaurants or other places, maybe like at hotels, you would tip people for carrying your luggage up to your room, that sort of thing, okay? So it's a small amount of money for a service. So let's say you went to dinner at the Olive Garden and it was $35. You should tip your waiter 20% of your bill. That's a lesson there for you right there, okay? 20% is what you should tip your waiter or waitress. What is the total with tip? All right, 20%. Let's think of that, get to our decimal there. So 20 out of 100, right? And we can say that as 20 hundredths, or 0.20. Okay, so there is your percent changed to a decimal. Your dinner costs $35. We're going to multiply that by 20%. You can use your calculator for this. Maybe you want to think back to estimation when Mr. Romanovich did that lesson and kick this down to 10%. Go that way. I'm going to use my calculator. 35 times 20%, 0.20, and that's $7 even. Don't have to worry about any rounding. This is 20% of the bill. Now we need to add that on to what our bill was to see what our total cost for that meal would be. And 35 plus 7 would be $42. So you would be paying $42 for that dinner with your 20% tip. Okay? And the last kind of problem is called a markup. And what a markup is when the store sells items for more than it pays. So stores get their items in, and then they raise up the prices a little bit to make a profit. That's your markup. You're going to calculate this the same as the tax and the tip, okay? So for example, We have a $56 GPS system at Best Buy. The markup is 25%. What is the selling price? Total cost, okay? 25%, that's going to be out of 100, percents out of 100, right? So your decimals here at the end, you're going to move it 2 to the left, and it becomes 25 hundredths, just as you would read this here, 25 hundredths. So you're going to take that times your $56. Go to my calculator again, 56 times 0.25, and I get $14. All of these have come out evenly. I haven't had to worry about any rounding, but sometimes you'll have to round to the nearest cent, okay? This is our percent markup. To find the selling price, we need to add that to our $56. 56 plus 14 is $70, so that would be your selling price, okay? Oh, no, I need that one. So for tonight, you are going to try these two problems here. Number one, there's a gallon of milk at sale, on sale at Jewel for $2.49, and there is a 5% sales tax on that milk. How much will the total cost of that milk be? And then number two, you had lunch at Red Robin and you spent $28. You're going to leave that 20% tip for your waiter or waitress, so how much will your total bill be with that tip? Give these two a try, and if you need help, you can rewatch the video again or check in with myself or Mr. Romanovich.